Chat, if I upload this and you're seeing this video, it means that I was able to successfully dodge any hard-hitting questions, which is kind of funny. But anyways, chat, that's how I do these shoe videos. Chat, chat, yo, what's going on, all my gamers, all my reaction gamers? Almost forgot my intro there. Anyways, Shoe0nHead posts a video, so if you are a VTuber, you legally have to react to it, of course. Blame Alana for that. Don't blame me. I am not the one who made the rules. I didn't make the meta. I'm just a meta slave, chat. I do what needs to be done. Anyways, is America okay? Is anyone okay? Answer's probably no. Anyways, let's go. Let's go. Hell World Report. Isn't this like the thing that she always used to talk about? Like, was this a series that she used to have? I don't know.
Hello, friends. My name is Shoe0nHead, and
hear it
welcome
mentioned
to my
every
new
other
series,
sometimes
the
in the
Hell
video.
World Report. Some of you may remember my old series that was just called Hell World. If you do, you can qualify for a veterans discount. Congratulations.
That's what it is. I was like, I swear I've heard this before.
And if you remember the Gamergate days, well, please come collect your retirement.
I didn't, but I kind of wish I was there. That sounded like a chat. You ever hear of events happening and you realize it could have been a big pharma moment? Now, normally luckily I was there for one, which was the Genshin Impact voice actor thing. I had a big role in that because I was not going to let him take over my game. That game is now mine. That game is now under my rule because no one else plays it, but so that's okay.
But yeah, if you have not seen my old series, go check it out. I will put the link to the playlist down below.
YouTube.com says Blue Demon Ren, by the way.
Time capsule.
Although I'm playing Arknight's Enfield right now. I love building Walmarts.
Into the years 2020 and 2021, like how crazy it was back then, and then in retrospect comparing it to how crazy it is now. But this is a shorter, more...
I often think to myself, would I have been canceled in 2020 because of how bad everything was? Answer's yes, by the way.
Condensed version of that series. Think of it as a Temu, Jon Stewart, or Stephen Colbert before they morphed into the same flavor of shitless. You see, I'm better than those late night Jimmies because I don't get my news from mainstream sources like some kind of hack.
I know what it's going to be.
I get them from far more reputable places.
It's going to be ground news.
Instagram Reels and Femboy Groiper69 on Twitter. From furry ballrooms and the Epstein files to OnlyFans green cards and kidnapping foreign leaders, from government-funded purple-haired girlfriends to a potential civil war, we have a very packed show for you today. It has been a crazy year, and it is only January. As I am filming this, we are currently having a huge winter storm.
I forgot what happened.
Snow, ice.
There was a meme. Oh! It was exactly on what's it called, on New Year's, where it started raining where I was, and I was like, you know what, that's a good sign. I think 2026, that's a good sign to pack it up. I think we're good on that one. I was kind of right.
And frigid temperatures sweeping
called it from day one,
the
baby.
Nation. 20 states under a state of emergency.
Ah yes, perfect weather to make some poor immigrant deliver me chicken tendies. It's so cold that Michigan and Minnesota received reports about exploding trees. Leftists said no more ice, and God said... Anyway, in news that should...
I've never experienced the ice in a way where I could remember. I've been to like the mountains, or somewhere around there as a kid. I don't remember, chat. I've experienced the ice once as a kid, and I've never experienced snow again.
Should have stayed in 2016.
Why did I say ice? The snow.
Apparently, there is a new term women have coined called mankeeping. Mankeeping is why women are done with dating.
What does that mean?
Researchers at Stanford have finally given a name to something many women have been dealing with for years. It's called mankeeping.
This is what they do at Stanford? I mean, I guess. I don't know. I guess this is something that was important.
And it's helping explain why so many women are stepping away from dating altogether. Mankeeping describes the emotional labor women end up doing in heterosexual relationships.
Wait, what? Mankeeping describes the emotional labor women end up doing in heterosexual... What is that even... What?
Goes beyond remembering birthdays or coordinating social plans. It means being your partner's one-man support system, managing his stress, interpreting his moods, holding his hand through feelings he won't share with anyone else. All of it unpaid, unacknowledged, and often unreciprocated.
So a relationship, what they're saying is they gave a term to a relationship and what I don't want to say is expected of women, but something you would hope you could get from your woman, which is an emotional support system. Guys don't have a lot of that. I know. My emotional support system is a 6'1" tall tomboy from a Chinese game with green hair and a metal arm, and her name is Caesar King. That is my emotional support system. It's not healthy, but it is mine. In gambling for more hot women. You know, I got Leviathan in Arknight's Enfield. Made me feel pretty good. A woman talking to me about my feelings probably would have made me feel better, but you know, it kind of helps.
I hate this therapy speak people talk with nowadays. Emotional labor? You mean being there for your partner?
Yeah.
This is why so many people are just going to start dating ChatGPT. People thought men were going to be the ones dating AI. No. They're going to be the ones with these sex robots. Women are the ones who want the daily affirmation machines. Yes, honey, I love when you talk about all the drama at work. Tell me more about that bitch, Veronica. Man-spreading, mansplaining, man-interrupting, man-keeping, manscaping. Speaking of manscaping, before we dive into the news, let's quickly give a shout out to
pause there
today's sponsor,
but
a sponsor that can help
I
you
guess
with
the
your
I guess the
manscaping.
ad wrong. I guess
Henson
ground
Shaving.
news, but it's Henson.
For
Shout
the
out to
last few
Henson.
decades, razors haven't been designed to work better.
You mean the
They've been
razor
designed to
Kumjar?
be marketed better. More blades, more features, more gimmicks, and skin irritation is just something you're told to deal with. A big cause for that irritation is blade flex. Most razors use springs to let the blades move
coming
as
to
you shave.
Fortnite, by
That
the way, if you
causes
guys play
extra
Honkai
friction
Star
and
Rail.
razor burn, so people use
Blade and
aftershave, cold water, moisturizer.
I've talked a lot
whatever.
about gacha
They
in
fix
this
the
video,
symptoms
even though this is not
instead
my
of the
gacha channel.
cause. But the question nobody asks is, should the blade actually move? How do we fix the actual problem? That's where Henson Shaving comes in. By fully supporting a two-sided blade,
I don't
all
shave.
across its
I can't
length
grow
at
facial
a
hair.
30-degree angle, they hold the blade in place to prevent
It's why
any
I look
bouncing,
so young if
skipping,
you
just
have
giving
ever
you
seen
an
me.
irritation-free
I'm
shave.
very young
No
looking.
springs, no
I
movement,
can't grow
no
facial
reason
hair.
to compensate with pressure. What separates
And I have
Henson
emo
is
hair,
the
so it
precision
doesn't help.
behind their design. With their Henson AL13 safety razor being manufactured in the same aerospace machine shop that built parts for the International Space Station. This level of precision allows
Space
the blade
Station.
to extend just 1/1000th of an inch beyond the shave plane, less than the thickness of a human hair. Since I switched to Henson almost 2 years ago now, I've noticed my shaves have been way silkier and smoother.
Wow.
No tugging, no cuts, just a close shave that feels great on my skin. And here is the best part. Once you invest in a Henson razor, it is a lifetime purchase. The only thing you'll need to replace is the blades, which cost 10 cents each. So once you own the
Shout out to
razor, you'll only
Tencent.
be spending like $3 to $5
Can't wait for the
per
owner-
year
I can't
on
wait for
blades,
Tencent to own the
compared to
AAA gaming
ongoing
company.
cost of buying those little plastic cartridges. Also, the Henson store offers a bunch of different colors, so you can pick out the razor that
I
best
do like
suits your
that blue
vibe.
one. That blue
So if
one's
you're tired
kinda
of razor
sick.
burn,
There was
skin
also a black one. I do
irritation,
like
and
black. Black
paying
is like one
for
of my favorite colors.
overpriced razor blades, Henson Shaving is definitely worth checking out.
Mm.
Just head over to hensonshaving.com/shoe and add
Wow,
both
chat,
a Henson
use-
razor and
use
100
code
blades to your
Shoe0nHead.
cart.
That's
Then
not-
enter
no,
the code
code
SHOE
Sh-
at checkout to get
code
the blades
Shoe.
free with your purchase. Big thanks to Henson Shaving for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, as always, for not skipping the ad. You didn't, right?
Nope.
Now, let's get back to the video.
This content is given to me for free to farm, and I will pay every proper due that I can because it's the right thing to do, chat.
All right.
Also, it's not the one I would have picked in 2026 now, but thank God she doesn't have that Blue Yeti mic anymore. I do not like Blue Yetis. I know they're a cheap alternative for a microphone. In my opinion, I think they're about $80. Spend the extra $20. Get an AT 2020. If you want to spend a little bit more, spend on the AT 2020 condenser version. I use that for years. I actually recorded in it since high school. I now have I kind of went I splurged a little bit, and I've had this I've had the SM7B for about a couple years now.
Let's start with some good news. The median age of home buyers is now 59.
Jesus Christ.
But that's not all. America's seniors will now see a new $6,000 bonus exemption as part of the Working Families Tax Cut. That's $93 billion in tax cuts for seniors all over the country. And by Working Families Tax Cut, they mean you, the working family, giving another billion-dollar wealth transfer to the most oppressed class. Boomers, why are we giving these geriatric f***s another tax break? Maybe they should pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Maybe they should stop buying so much avocado toast. God forbid we help young families raise the next generation of Americans. No, that would be communism. Ooh. Young people are poor as f*** nowadays. What are they supposed to do?
Piper Raquel,
probably start a YouTube channel, get monetized, and then start a second YouTube channel and see if you can do it a second time. I did it. Anyways, Piper Raquel, 18, claims she made... Oh, God. I feel like this only works if you have internet star... There, yeah, someone who was famous on YouTube as that. You know, that's the only time this works. A random person off the street probably won't make $2.9 million off of OnlyFans just from turning 18.
Claims she made $2.9 million in a single day after launching OnlyFans.
No more rights. No more women's rights. I am ready for the Islamic Revolution.
You know, how do I say this? If I was a weaker man, I would definitely have certain opinions. But I don't, because Mama ain't raised me that way. Anyways, let's keep going.
Mayor Memdani, please press the Islamification button. I know the go-to joke is always, haha, women, am I right? But I think the real question here
women, right? Am I right, guys?
is, should men be allowed to have credit cards?
I mean, I've never used my credit card for anything good. I paid for a TwitchCon trip. That's kind of it. And then, you know... that's about it.
Woman didn't magically create millions of dollars with her mind out of thin air. No,
that's
millions
true.
Of men made this woman a millionaire overnight. Where's the accountability for that?
This is true. I mean, yeah, hey, you know, you got to look at it both ways. Yeah, it is weird that she did that, but if all the guys weren't weirdly interested in that, she wouldn't have made $2.9 million. She would have not made anything. You know? It's kind of a two-way street.
I'm out here policing the whores. We need some men to be out there policing the simps.
I guess it's got to be me, because everybody else who's going to react to this is a female VTuber. Boys, what? Listen, it's all free out there. Why do you have don't donate to some girls' Oni friends? Well, why would you do that? Chat. If you guys really need to if you guys feel the need to, you know, give money to a woman, all I am saying is that if you ever check at any time of the day under Face Connect, a lot of the girls will be live. I'm not telling you what you should do. I am just telling you that this is something that is probably true. If not, HoloLive. Me personally, I have one that I donate to. You guys are not going to know who that is. But you guys could probably guess, and I'm not going to let you... you know what? I'm going to leave it at that. Or gotcha games. I'm just saying... I'm just saying there's other things you can spend your money on and have someone actually reply to you. On OnlyFriends, probably not.
We have a simp epidemic. Simps are out of control.
That's all I got. That's all. I did my part.
They can stay. Also, isn't this like the third?
Wait, what did she say?
OnlyFans, 18 of them though. Policing the simps. We have a simp epidemic. Simps are out of control. Not all of them though. Mine are cool. They can stay. Also, isn't this like the third?
That's fair. That's fair.
OnlyFans 18th birthday announcement, and the woman turns into a millionaire overnight. Someone a little sus about that. But don't worry. Thanks to AI, we are entering a new age of goonerism.
Gosh. Now I have to hear about this because a guy in India did this for something that's completely unrelated. Now we have to hear about this in the VTuber community. Apparently this is also us. Great. Just another day, right, chat? Just another day, and somehow we get blamed for everything. Okay, I was gonna say, if he hadn't done the eyebrow thing, I was gonna say, what if he's just like controlling or mimicking her movements, and then he did the eyebrow thing, so that's a little bit too intricate. So yeah, that's okay. Okay, AI has definitely gone too far.
Honestly, what's the big deal? Men are already talking to the guys in India who run the accounts of OnlyFans models. Is this really any different? The internet is slowly but surely just becoming Indian men scamming other Indian men. But don't worry, not every internet wife.
Chat, if an Indian man scams another Indian man, who's the one who's supposed to get the money? Question, no? Who is the one who redeems? I think these are the questions that philosophers in ancient times, I think this is something they had asked. I don't know if they ever came to the conclusion, though, because I still haven't. I'll look into it, Chad. I'm sure somewhere in ancient China they've asked this question.
Is a man using AI? In fact, if you live in the UK, you may get a state-funded, far-right, purple-haired wife.
Yeah!
Introducing Pathways, a point-and-click video game created by the UK government to help prevent online radicalization.
Pathways is an educational visual novel and learning experience created by the UK media company Shoutout UK.
The UK is wild, bro. I will say that. I mean, I'll make fun of the UK. I don't care. I'm American. It's in my blood. But, you know, they're kind of wild, bro.
Funding from UK government's Prevent program, run by the Home Office. The game is meant to teach the youth about dangers of radicalization and extremism.
Shout out to the UK, though.
In both real life and online. This is done by putting the players in a role of a character named Charlie, who must navigate 6 different scenarios relating to extremism. In the second scenario, the player is introduced to the character Amelia, a staunch anti-immigration protester depicted as a goth girl with purple hair, a pink dress, and a choker.
And the internet instantly fell in love with her.
That's crazy. Dude, they love her.
It's like they made her have...
I want to see like okay. I want to see actual people cosplayer. I want to see how people feel about that. Because yeah, the AI is cool and all, but I want to see someone actually cosplayer.
Short purple hair, thinking that would prevent this from happening. But the UK failed to consider the fact that conservatives love art hoes. They act like they don't, they'll deny it, they'll pretend they just want a blonde traditional housewife, but deep down every conservative wants a woman who looks like this, who says the N-word. Government-funded video.
Okay, first, well, I'm not conservative, so I can't really answer for that. I mean, I kind of want a girl who looks like that. I could leave that behind, you know. 1, it wouldn't really work on me. 2, she doesn't need to say that to get my attention. That's totally fine. But girls like that usually play League, though. I don't know. I don't like League.
Video games. Incredible. At least our government doesn't do weird shit like that. No, our government is very normal. Believe it or not, Mar-a-Lago furry party was on my 2026 bingo card. I miss when this weird shit was just done underground. I miss when...
To be fair, I think I heard the context to that. I think it is a... If I'm not mistaken, it is a charity ball to help, I think it's veteran dogs, like, is it dogs, like police dogs, something like that? And those weren't attendees, those were just performers. So it's like, I heard it like that, and it's like, okay, it's funny. Don't get me wrong. It is hilarious to make fun of. There's context to it.
These parties were secret. Speaking of, the Epstein files were released. Wow.
I think if I look close enough, I could probably make out some numbers. That's all I got from that. There's numbers. It's numbered on the side. That's kind of all I got.
Incredible. The things they are...
Is it supposed to be a Rorschach? Are they like trying to tell? Did some like therapist accidentally upload that and be like, what do you see when you look at this image? rage. That's what I see.
Showing us are eerie enough. I couldn't imagine the things that they're redacting. It is absolutely disgusting that these powerful people are still being protected. We as a country should be extremely concerned about an international child trafficking ring. This is not just something we all move from, and we kidnapped the president of Venezuela.
Breaking just now, Maduro, the president says, has been captured.
Maduro has been captured.
I will say this. Okay, I think this one I could say that, you know, it's probably a good thing that they got rid of him. I do love knowing that I believe they listened to Chief Keef. I think it was Love Sosa before, just to amp themselves up for this operation. And that is the funniest thing to me. It's so good, bro.
And flown out of the country.
In total, more than 150 aircraft, bombers, fighters, intelligence, reconnaissance, surveillance, rotary wing were in the air last night.
First pictures of Nicolas Maduro on the Iwo Jima that he was being transferred on.
Trump voters voted to...
I look at that picture and I still don't know if it's the real one because of how much people edit it on Twitter. I don't think that's a good thing, but it's kind of funny. And also, I'm not gonna lie. Does he not look like the doc? He kind of, yeah. He looks like the doc.
First pictures of Nicolas Maduro on the Iwo Jima that he was being transferred on.
Trump voters voted to fix the economy and to afford homes again. They didn't vote to kidnap communists in the middle of the night. Actually, they probably did vote for that. Never mind.
The oil companies are going to go in. They're going to spend money. We're going to take back the oil that, frankly, we should have taken back a long time ago.
Holy shit. This is the most transparent administration in history. They weren't lying. I don't know if it's the Stockholm Syndrome or what, but it's almost refreshing to hear a leader say, yeah, this is about oil. Like, thank you, sir. Thank you for just saying it's about oil. Thank you for not pretending.
To be the funny thing is, too, is that the Venezuelans were like, you know what? Take it. And then they're like, screw it, take it. If you get rid of him, by all means. I think my favorite one was some guy saying, of course they're here for the oil. What do you think they're here for? The recipe for, I think it's arepas? Which, when I heard the recipe for it, it sounded pretty fire. I'm going to say that maybe they should throw that in just for some extra, you know, just to sweeten the deal. I think it would make it a little bit better. They sound pretty fire.
It's about saving democracy and just doing imperialism the old-fashioned way. We have such terrible Middle Eastern war fatigue that it was shocking to not hear about how Venezuela is just jealous of our freedoms or some shit. Like, no, it's just for ExxonMobil. Like, okay, carry on.
The U.S. used a powerful mystery weapon that brought Venezuelan soldiers to their knees, bleeding through their nose, and vomiting blood during the daring raid to capture dictator Nicolas Maduro.
Yeah, if you're wondering why we don't have healthcare, this is why. We have invisible laser beams that can make people bleed out their f***ing eyes.
We have things that you probably saw in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. That's kind of spooky.
Apparently, directed energy weapons are real. The Goy beam is real. Deep state pedophiles are real. Havana syndrome is real. Hell, it's almost like being a conspiracy theorist is just another word for being correct too early. What's next? COVID was fake?
There have been significant developments in the last 5 to 7 years on social, environment, and technology fronts that could help realize My Carbon initiatives for shaping the future towards smart and sustainable cities. COVID-19 was the test of social responsibility. A huge number of unimaginable restrictions for public health were adopted by billions of citizens across the world. There were numerous examples globally of maintaining social distancing, wearing masks, mass vaccinations, and acceptance of contact tracing applications for public health, which demonstrated the core of individual social responsibility.
Oh, sorry, I just owe many people many apologies. Anyway, Venezuela has no president. Who is going to run Venezuela?
COVID sucks, by the way. I've had that like 3 different times. Wasn't great. Staying home from work was kind of cool, though.
So we are going to run the country.
A few moments later.
Great.
Hola, amigos. Yo soy su nuevo presidente, el señor Donald J. Trumpo.
Can we maybe just fix our country first? Can we fix our broken infrastructure, our education system? Can we do a little nation building in this nation? Can a bitch get a little regime change in our own country, please? And you know, with modern American nation building comes refugees. So who is gonna take in these Venezuelan refugees? Are we? Only the hot ones, apparently.
United States increased.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yes. Now, me personally, I love Latina Sonic. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, all I'm saying is that, chat, just try a Latina. Say everyone. Okay, first of all, it won't improve your life. It will and it won't at the same time. They're kind of scary. They're also don't be fooled by how short they are, right? Don't be fooled by small Latina women. They're very headstrong and they're very scary.
Increasingly issuing work visas to OnlyFans models based on level of audience reach, according to the Financial Times.
Imagine being an immigrant from like some poor country, working your ass off to get a work visa in the United States, when all you had to do was bend over and show hole. Big booty Latinas to the front.
Well, I mean, we have everything else in this country, right? What do we not have? Hot women willing to show hole. Or exotic women willing to show hole. Exotic women willing to show. I'm never gonna get this off. Exotic women willing to show a hole. I think we'll use that take. That's probably the best take I got.
Tortas to the back. Anyway, na boo boo. My president can kidnap your president. We're invincible. We can regime change anyone we want. Who's next? Canada, Greenland, Cuba. Cuba's literacy rates are higher than ours. Maybe they should come liberate our dumbasses. Kids are swiping on books. But f it, the Don Road Doctrine, baby. Let's go. America is back.
Let's
Dick
go,
Cheney
baby.
is looking up at us smiling.
You just wait for Cuba. Cuba is a communist dictatorship. Their days are numbered.
Trump, listen to me. Wait.
I'm gonna be so dead ass, and this is probably really bad. I had no idea that Cuba was still communist. I'm not gonna lie. I thought after Fidel's passing, I thought it was just gonna be a regime change. I've evidently not. I was wrong. I apologize.
Trump doesn't watch this shit. Vance, listen to me. Get people
on your poppy.
like
Sorry.
Lindsey Graham far away from anyone in power right now. This little Venezuela stunt was cute, but we are not touching any other countries. We are not touching the Middle East, especially. No more Middle East. We all have Middle East fatigue.
True.
We are done. This whole thing
True.
really put into perspective just how weird it was that we were there like for 20 years. You mean we could have just been in and out in a few hours? I guess those poppy fields couldn't maintain themselves though.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway.
Dude, that place looks so lit.
Yeah, sorry, excuse me. But did you forget to check in with Lilith, the barista from Bushwick, and see how she feels about this?
Trump said the United States will be running Venezuela! Woo! A colony! Woo! Imperialism! All for what? So a fucking multinational corporation can get profit!
You know what's funny is...
I never understood... actually, I don't think anyone understands that. It's not even a me thing, chat, because I know for a fact that though nobody... what do you call it? I know for a fact that don't nobody understand this either. Why, bro? Why are they like this? Just leave the people. Like, if the people are happy, why do you have to be like, oh, I'm unhappy? Well, be unhappy. Nobody asked you. What the hell?
I basically said the exact same thing this person said, but I said it less loudly. She has a nose ring and I don't, so I'm right and she's wrong. End of story.
True.
I guess this is just what happens when you dismantle the soft
Chat, the prettier women is always right. Always remember that.
power of things like USAID. We're no longer doing secret regime change operations behind the scenes. Now we're just straight up kidnapping other world leaders in the dead of night and just saying it's about oil, which honestly kind of makes me believe it's not about oil. They're never that blatant, right?
Open up, Luther. Sorry.
I mean, what could it be? Like, Israel isn't behind this one, right?
The implications here are really great for the Venezuelan people.
Oh, God damn it. You know, people say I have Israel derangement syndrome, but I'm sorry, I can't help it when they get on TV and say shit like this.
No, it's difficult to hear, but it's time to limit the First Amendment in order to protect it.
What? Who the hell said that? Kato Networks? What? Bro, ain't nobody ask you.
Time to limit the First Amendment in order to protect it. And quickly before it's too late.
What do you mean?
I mean that we need to control the platforms, all the social platforms. We need to stack rank the authenticity of every person that expresses themselves online and take control over what they are saying based on that ranking.
The government.
The government should
control the social media.
Yeah, should do that.
Try explaining that to someone without showing.
That is quite possibly the worst idea, opinion, suggestion, any kind of word, everything in between. That is the worst thing I've ever heard. Hell no. Hey, you could probably monitor, like, I don't know, Blue Sky. I feel like Blue Sky would be okay with it, but good luck trying to get 4chan on board with that, bro. Good luck. I'll say that. Good luck.
Them the video. Go ahead. Yeah, there's a Jewish billionaire named Shlomo who wants to control the internet. Like.
Cool. Okay. You can want things. You ain't gonna get it, bitch.
Okay, man, you're in too deep. No more Instagram reels for you. Anyway, you could have just let us play video games. Now we're perp walking the president of Venezuela down the streets of New York City.
Walking.
But hey, leftists, just think of it this way. By bombing and kidnapping, instead of just doing the usual covert psyops, we saved maybe, what, $1 billion? $1 billion that could go to other, more important things, like defense contractor stock buybacks and empty Somalian daycares, apparently.
This is MAGA
The Leering
YouTuber
Center.
Nick Shirley. Back at a daycare in Minnesota, he alleged was a fraudulent facility.
I forgot CNN. I can't talk today. I forgot CNN talked. I'm gonna say it an appropriate word, and I'm gonna say it out loud, and this video is gonna be gone. I forgot CNN called him that.
In a now viral video, Shirley tries to open locked doors and talk to people at various daycares he claims are frauds.
The point is that blacked out doors, they can't give you any information. You call that number, no one answers.
It's not like Nick Shirley was the first person to expose this either, but now it exploded. And the fallout has been bizarre, to say the least. The funniest part had to be when the infamous Luring Center claimed to have been broken into the night this all went viral.
Unfortunately, we saw that there was important documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation that was gone.
Really? That was gone? And you're sure about this? And this was an accident? Uh-huh. Yeah. Totally. I've heard that one before.
There were also checkbooks that were ripped from our check papers that were ripped from our book. This is devastating news.
Oh no, somebody broke into the daycare and stole all the paperwork we needed to prove we are a legit operation.
Why did he make a press conference about that? That is probably the worst thing you could ever do. Like, if you're going to destroy evidence, why would you come out and publicly say, oh my God, all the evidence was destroyed? Like, bro, obviously they're going to blame you. Why would they not? A smart person would.
Please ignore my suspicious exact paperwork we need to prove we are a legit operation shaped belly. Listen, no hate to the Somalians, but when my family came here 100 years ago, we did organized crime the right way. We would have had Tim Walls and cement shoes at the bottom of Lake Superior. This is just sad. This is cartoonishly pathetic. Listen, nobody is gonna want to support government programs if they think it's all going to shit like this. If you want people to support a welfare state, you have to make sure that welfare is actually going to real things that help real people. Listen, it's already hard enough to convince a right-wing audience that there's more to leftism than Reddit and butt sex. Now I have to convince them the wealth redistribution I advocate for isn't all going to Somalian welfare pirates. Thanks. That money should be spent on
Chad, I think booty stuff is like, I think that's a universal thing. I think everyone could get behind that. Or in front of that. I don't know. It depends on which one, if you're catching or receiving.
more important things like New Gaza. That's right, the World Economic Forum and Jared Kushner are proud to present New Gaza. Yes, the demolition project is finally complete, folks. Time to build a Sweet Green and a f***ing Deloitte branch on top of the bodies of thousands of dead children. Hell is not hot enough, ladies and gentlemen. Hell is not hot enough. Anyway, because of all this fraud stuff, Tim Walz is stepping down, which is sad to see because he has to be one of my favorite characters in modern America lore. The first white male DEI hire, the last white dude for Kamala Harris, a dying breed. But hey, maybe this marks an official end to the Kamala Harris era, and we can move on and focus on rebuilding the Democratic Party to something more.
Harris stepping toward another White House run.
No. We are not doing this. No. I swear to God,
Technically, they can't stop her, right? You might as well, you might as well run that gauntlet again. hey, if you fail a few times, try it again, dude. You never know.
Democratic Party is like an old friend addicted to heroin or something. You want to help them, you do everything you can to help them, but they don't listen. They keep doing stupid things and hurting themselves. But you just can't give up on them. You can't. You want to see them get better. You know deep down they could be how they used to be. But it's hopeless. And all your other friends keep saying to you, just forget them. Just forget them. It's not worth it. Come hang out with us instead. But those friends are on crack. Those friends are on crack cocaine. But this Minneapolis fraud thing,
Hey, it's kind of
it's looking
Sorry,
pretty bad
apologies
for Tim
for that.
Walz and the Democrats. People aren't just gonna forget about this. And an ICE officer just shot a woman in the face in Minneapolis.
You can hear the
Great.
agents tell the woman to get out of the car and approach the SUV. The woman then drives forward. That's when the shots are fired, the car crashing.
As I was writing this video, an innocent woman was picking her kids up from school when an ICE officer jumped in front of her car and randomly shot her in the face. Or an angry protester was blocking the road and tried to run over an ICE officer with her car, so he shot in self-defense. Depends on how you look at it. Depends on how you voted, apparently. The way I see it...
That's such a weird way to look at things, but it kind of is in that way, isn't it not? A lot of modern problems, things going on, isms, stuff, really does reflect on your, whatever your politics you have. I think Charlie said that too in one of his videos. Yeah.
This woman was not trying to hit him. She was not trying to run him over. I think she was trying to drive away. And in an alternate universe, he dodges the car and she drives away. And it's easy to be like, oh, in hindsight, he should have done this. He should have done that. That's like so much.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of weird to realize how, like, we people talk about hindsight and slowing down the video and all that stuff. But you realize it all happened in like seconds. Like 2 to 3 seconds. I couldn't. I don't know, man. I'm not a law officer or whatever. I couldn't tell you what choice to make.
Much of the discourse right now I'm seeing is just in hindsight this, in hindsight that, and it's easy for
In
us.
a perfect world, everyone lives, right? Unfortunately, we don't live in a perfect world. What can we do?
To say in hindsight, you know, after the fact. It's easy to say he could have, he should have, but all he saw was a car revving up and going towards him. This has been one of the most insane political Rorschach tests I've ever seen in my life. It really all comes down to how you view ICE and police officers in general.
Right.
Many, not all, leftists view ICE as completely illegitimate. Same with the police, they want to abolish both. So you're not going to get a real unbiased conversation with those people. Because why
Right.
the f should a protester respect ICE in the first place? And many, not all, conservatives tend to be complete and utter fucking bootlickers. Completely unable to criticize anything the police do. ICE can do no wrong. Don't tread on me becomes tread harder, daddy, real fast. This is extremely aggravating discourse, and you should be questioning anyone who takes a really firm, hard stance either way,
silly.
and like can't fathom how the other side is seeing what they are seeing.
I just think things have a ton of nuance to them. I'm not. At the end of the day, the courts are going to decide whether he was right or he was wrong. I'm leaving it to smarter minds than me, Chad. I did not go to law school. I don't know anything about the law. I mostly know about breaking the law. I don't really know about anything else. I don't advise against that. I was young, but still.
The first episode of the Old Hell World series
Someone had to run the streets, and it had to be me. I still do to this day, but
was actually all about police brutality. It was all about police brutality towards innocent protesters. I was a little more ACAB-y back then. I was a little more libbed the f*** out back then. But hey, to be fair to me back then, that is what happens when you live in the sheltered suburbs of Long Island in your parents' basement versus having a kid and living in the city for 4 years.
Shout out
The
to Long
police
Island.
are a taxpayer-funded HR department for structural violence. They exist solely to protect the rights of private property. Yeah, we need more police. Police are good. Police are great. Give the police more guns. More guns. Give them more guns. Tanks. Tanks, even. My overall opinion is still basically the same. I'm very critical of the police. I am very pro First Amendment. Protesting is a fundamental American right, and we can't just go around labeling protesters domestic terrorists. That is an insane, slippery slope. And if you support that, I promise you it will come back to bite you in the ass. So good luck in 2028 when President Newsom knocks you up.
Wait a minute. Now, what did you mean by that? Chat, What did she mean by that? I'm having people on my chat while I stream at youtube.com/BlueDemonRin. I already have people there calling me a femboy. I'm not about to start getting people attempting to knock me up. Chat, you can't do that. I'm not going to tell you whether you should or shouldn't try. I'm just telling you it's not going to work. Go ahead.
Oh, it knocks you up. Whoa, what's going on here? Good luck in
He's not my type. Anyways,
2028 when President Newsom locks you up for protesting against mandatory forced feminization or whatever the it is Democrats do.
Oh, Christ. That sounds awful. They're gonna Goro me from Genshin Impact.
What do they do?
I don't know. Well, that's
nothing.
me.
They do nothing.
Oh, okay, there you go. There's the answer.
I don't know. I left this joke blank. Something pronouns. Like, God forbid the state ever turns me into Swiss cheese and the president's like, she was a radical leftist lunatic.
She was a small Italian woman who had too much to say. She was an agitator. She was one of the worst. One of the awful. I've heard this. Have you said this? They said that Shoe0nHead could not read and finish a joke in her script. I heard this. I know that. Go ahead. Sorry.
The people called her Kami Mommy. Can you believe that, folks? Kami Mommy. Sad. And some people were like straight up mocking this woman, celebrating it. And then when people were like, what the fuck? They were like, well, you got Charlie Kirk, so now we got one of your guys. Is that what we're doing now? We're just gonna keep killing each other back and forth? Is that what this is now? Like some kind of civil war? Who gets me in the national divorce? Hell yeah, 2 Christmases. Like you agreed with me when I was upset about the reactions people had about Charlie Kirk, and then you're over here like, boo-hoo, she was a stupid libtard. Honestly, some of you just don't have morals. You have like temporary weapons you can use to bludgeon people you don't like when you have the chance. You and all the people who mock Charlie Kirk are all going in the pit, and you can come out when you learn how to be normal. In my opinion, a lot of focus on illegal immigration should go to the employers employing illegal immigrants for cheaper scab labor. I feel like that's really important, and like we're not doing that. It's kind of interesting that the government is focused so hard on immigration right now, but like apparently hasn't made any like real actual legislative change to the laws of immigration. Dragging Jose out of Home Depot might work for now, but I
was gonna say it's probably easier to because Trump's in office, it's not like everyone like they have to still vote on it, and they might not get the majority vote. So it probably, the way that the law works, it probably is a lot easier just to, send ICE. I don't know. You don't got to vote on that. He just kind of does it.
Have to be working on something more.
I think. I don't know. I'm not really entirely sure how that one works.
Substantial, right? Well,
kind of happened. I don't know.
Palantir, the company named after the evil crystal ball in Lord of the Rings.
Shout to Lord of the Rings.
Right. Is apparently working on a new tool for ICE. And what does it do? Oh, nothing really. Just creates a map of deportation targets, pulls up a dossier on them, and assigns them a confidence score. Because if there's one thing we can trust, it's a private Silicon Valley tech company's algorithm deciding who gets disappeared. Every single surveillance tool starts by simply protecting us. It's only gonna affect the baddies. But who are the baddies? Today it's illegal immigrants, tomorrow it's furries, next week it's people who are into feet, and before you know it, it's fans of VTubers.
Oh boy. Wait, you too. Wait, you like VTubers. Wait, Shoe's gonna be next. Wait, Shoe's a big fan of VTubers. She loves Alana. I mean, me too, but still. She also watches Kitsunero, which I guess me too. She also watches Scoo-chan, which I guess me too, but still.
On second thought, I don't buy into the propaganda that simply enforcing border security, something every developed country has, is akin to Nazi Germany. Sorry, I don't. Build a wall? Hitler. Deport illegal immigrants? Hitler. Just kick out the criminal ones at least? Hitler. Like, there's no other option besides open borders that is acceptable to some people, and I don't get that. What I do get, however, is that people don't want to live under a Palantir police state, where people can't even film ICE agents without getting put on some kind of f***ing list. I feel like there has to be some kind of normal, sane option besides total free-for-all, globo-homo versus Peter Thiel, nightmare tech bro dystopia. Like, how is it not possible to just...
I mean, it is possible. It's somewhere in the middle, and then both sides are gonna be mad. But you know what? It has to happen, dude. Unfortunately, both sides are right about some things. And the hard part is you don't get, like, we don't vote on individual problems. We vote on, it's like stats. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, unfortunately, I can't, when I finish an Uma Musume career, I can't really hope, or all I could do is hope that I get a 3-star speed. I'm not going to get guaranteed a 3-star speed. I just kind of hope for the best.
Be normal. But hey, it's cool the DHS created a portal where you can see all the people they have been deporting. One guy was deported back to Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia doesn't exist anymore. We sent that motherfucker back in time. Listen, what happened to Renee Good was a tragedy. It was terrible, but hopefully nothing like this ever
He just gets sent to a random spot where Yugoslavia used to be. He's like, huh, weird. I guess I'm here now.
happens again. And another person was shot by ICE in Minneapolis.
Hold on, before she gets to the next part, that's funny, bro. She got sent back in time.
According to a preliminary Department of Homeland Security report, 2 Border Patrol agents discharged their weapons, seen here in graphic cell phone video captured by eyewitnesses. 10 shots fired off in total in just seconds. Preddy pronounced dead on the scene.
To be absolutely clear, stuff is still coming out about this as I am filming. Literally, as I am filming, this happened. You know, there's no body cam footage yet, so I could be totally wrong. Totally possible. However, first impressions of watching the video at multiple angles, multiple times, yeah, I think they just fucking murdered that guy. It looks like they took his gun and then shot him. Like 10 officers come over to him, wrestle him to the ground, the agent disarms him, take his gun, they yell gun, 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 and then they shoot him several times in the back. More information can come out, but the compulsive bootlicking I have been seeing has been fucking insane.
Why does a nurse feel compelled to go confront ICE armed with a 9mm handgun?
Only one person could have prevented this from happening, and it's Alex Preddy.
Yeah, who goes to a protest and brings a gun? Look, if the government can take a firearm from you and then kill you because you had a firearm, then nobody actually has a right to own a firearm. If that is how it works, then there's actually no such thing as the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment does not exist. I feel like some people genuinely just forget that police are just people. ICE officers are just people. They're literally just people who work for the government like anyone else. They're DMV employees with guns. They can be stupid. They can be bad. They can make mistakes. Like, I don't know what it is about some people. Like, once someone has a badge, it's like, that person is just a perfect angel and cannot be criticized at all. You're telling me all I have to do to get you fucking people to listen to me is to dress like this?
I probably shouldn't, because I don't have the buff of being a woman. I'm just gonna let Scoo, evidently when she reacts to this, I'm just gonna let her say what I think. Whatever she says, more than likely is what I think.
All right, fair enough.
I'm just saying that there's a certain song by a certain group called NWA. You know what? You can figure that out.
Stop gooning.
Oh wait. Oh, okay. Now, wait a minute, bro. You're asking too much.
None of this would have happened if ICE agents were being trained better instead of being rushed through the system with little to no training. And if Minnesota just worked alongside ICE to make sure they were doing this in a safe and more effective way instead of just egging on a fucking jihad against them. Also, if ICE's goal is to round up pedophiles and fraudsters, I hear there's a pretty big list of pedophiles and fraudsters that need to be rounded up. Unfortunately, we'll never fucking get to see it. I'm trying.
Really? What kind of list was it? I wonder if they named that list after some guy.
To make this video somewhat funny and entertaining, but I'm not gonna lie, this is really bleak. Is America okay? Can we please go one single day without living through a major historical event, please? And a bunch of new Epstein files just dropped.
Woo!
Great. We're going to war with Iran soon, aren't we? Where was I? This just says Mr. Beast tendies. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is simulating a chicken's body and the cells are just multiplying. Honestly.
I don't know. Whatever. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast.
They can't tell the difference. What the heck?
I will not live in a pod.
Mr. Beast.
I will not eat the Antichrist lab-grown chicken tendies. Oh, I completely...
I don't either. I don't even eat his burgers. No, I'm good. You know, never really big fan of Mr. Beast anyways. I'm good.
Forgot about this. Sorry.
His chocolate's okay, though. I will say that. And I did have to try the chocolate because, you know, they're really easy to get. So I was like, you know, I'll just try it. Mr. Beast.
I am not on my Vyvanse today, folks. I forgot to take my normal pills. It wasn't long before the race hustlers took advantage of the terrible Renee Good situation.
I'm a hustler, baby.
Say Her Name is a movement started by Black women for Black women specifically, and it's not appropriate to use in regards to Renee Good.
She deserves a hashtag and everything. It should not be Say Her Name. Say Her Name is reserved for Black women.
This is not for any other race. Simple as that.
Say Her Name is specifically reserved for Black women.
Purity test everywhere.
Her name is for Black women.
It feels kind of wrong being here in some way. I don't know why.
Why do you think? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know why. That's called white guilt, honey.
What? Why? Huh? People are either people are too unemployed or have too much free time in their hands. I don't know which one it is.
That's the white guilt you're feeling. It's amazing. You can literally be killed by the state for the cause. And these fucking people will still disgrace you for the curse of being born Caucasian. This is very woke 1.0. I thought it was dark woke time.
Nobody forgetting when they're good. She has achieved the highest honor a white person can achieve.
What? Wait, ho, no, we told me not.
Race traitor. Race traitor.
Oh, Christ alive, bro. I would have heard that and walked out. No way, bro. What is your... You know what? I don't know what to say, brother.
She has achieved the highest honor a white person can achieve. Race traitor. And this type of psychotic rhetoric seems to be working. Because like 70% of the videos I see of people like trying to disrupt ICE has been white women. White women literally throwing themselves at armed officers like lemmings off a fucking cliff for street tacos. What the hell is going on with white women? Who will save the white race?
Yes, Nico? Hitler's strongest soldiers. A Mexican, a Dominican, a black guy, and a Looksmaxer.
You know I Dominica Bobby.
That Looksmaxer is none other than Clavicular. Clavicular is a Gen Z influencer and live streamer who got his start within the niche red pill communities and has recently blown up to mainstream popularity, especially in right-wing circles. His main claim to fame is Looksmaxing.
Is he not the guy in the... Who the hell the guy was in the Cybertruck? I thought, whatever.
Looksmaxing, for those of you who are employed, is...
Looksmaxing is a term for aggressively maximizing one's physical attractiveness through routines like skincare...
Again, I really thought this was a joke. I did not know this was serious. The facial skin... The skincare... Fine. That's cool. Do that. Chat. Always good. Use a little... Chat. It's fine. You know? I'm not... You know, I might have flower boy tendencies, but I'm still a thug at the end of the day, right? I still run the streets. It's fine, chat. Don't be insecure. Take care of your skin. Take care of your face. Fitness, perfect. That's all. That's skin, chat, gym, tan, and laundry. Just switch the tan with skincare. That works fine.
Facial exercise.
I don't know about all that.
And sometimes extreme cosmetic procedures. What? Originating in online incel forums, but popularized on TikTok, focusing on enhancing features like jawline and bone structure.
I personally think it's interesting to see men adopting the insane beauty rituals that women have been doing for decades. But now that a man is doing it,
you don't have to do that. Pick up a heavy weight or just walk on the treadmill and take a shower every once in a while. That's all you really need. Oh. And be funny. Not that kind of funny. That's only funny to your... No, don't say that. That's only funny on Discord to your friends. It's still a pretty funny joke. I wouldn't say it in public.
Seen as psychopathic or gay. A woman will literally spend thousands of dollars on hair, makeup, skincare, peptides, plastic surgery, fillers, Botox, red light therapy, moon water, and we just call her Stacey. But a man does it and we call...
Or she works at a warehouse evidently. I don't know why, but of all the girls I've seen with BBLs, they all work at warehouses. I know this because I work at a warehouse. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I feel like that would be the dangerous place to have a BBL and fake titties. I don't know.
And Patrick Bateman. A woman reshapes her entire face with makeup? Normal. A man reshapes his jawline with makeup? Gay. A woman wears a push-up bra to make her tits look bigger? Empowering. A man shoves socks in his shoes to make himself taller? A liar. A woman gets lip filler?
What? Do people do that? Shove? I don't know.
Typical. A man smashes his face with a hammer to make his jaw swell up? Okay, yeah,
that's pretty weird.
That one's a little insane.
Yeah.
One of the Looksmaxing tips some young men are apparently doing is called bone smashing, where they take a hard object, usually a hammer, and smash the bones in their face to make their face temporarily swell up and allegedly give them that Chad jawline. Honestly, don't knock it till you try it. Here we go. Perfect. So that concludes this episode of the Hell World Report. If you liked it, please subscribe and consider donating to my Patreon, link down below.
Wow, patreon.com/Shoe0nHead with a 0.
If you don't want to do that, you can also put a little tip down in the tip jar somewhere here somewhere. I feel like a barista. Yeah, it's just gonna ask you something on the screen down there. If you have some stories you want me to cover in the next Hell World Report, be sure to send them to me on Twitter at Shoe0nHead. I will give you a little shout out if I wind up using the story in the next episode.
That's pretty cool.
And I will see you guys with a new fun slop video. I keep promising a slop video and then terrible things keep happening. I'm sorry. Next video is a slop video. I promise.
Okay. Good. Wait, there's still a lot left over. Wait, what is... Okay, I gotta see what this is. What is this? Simps! I don't know if she's always put that, but it says right there, Simps. That's funny. That's hilarious. Bam. Okay, I gotta see what the ending is. There's like a whole other minute of this video. What is this? Is it just that many people? Oh my god, okay. Let me skip to the end. She actually has something at the end.
Who's big government's good little boy?
Stop.
You are. You are.
I don't want to talk about it. Chat. Mind your business. Don't worry about that. Anyways, chat. Let me know how you guys feel. Chat. Okay, I was gonna say something. Yeah. That's the video. Chat. She needs to make a VTuber video. She said that she was gonna do that for like, I don't know, a year. She's even gotten into VTubers and she still hasn't made it. I guess we'll see that when we see it. Chat. Let me know how you guys feel. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.